following video you're about to watch is intended for mature audiences only. It contains themes of kink and BDSM that are meant for educational purposes. If you are under the age of 18, I don't even know how you found this video, to be fair. I clicked a little thing in the YouTube's settings so it wouldn't, so you couldn't. It's a YouTube problem, not a me problem, I suppose. Anyway, the information provided in this video is meant for you to use as a jumping off point for your own research. I am not the be-all, end-all when it comes to kink and BDSM education, and as kink is customizable and different from person to person, it is important to note that my experiences, my advice, my information may be a little different for you. Thank you, and kink responsibly.
Welcome to Kink-Ed, the show where I take a kink or BDSM term or phrase and break it down and explain it for your education. My name is Thomas Alley, and today we're going to be talking about an essential function of what goes on after the kink or BDSM scene has come to a conclusion. I'm talking about aftercare. Whether you're new to the world of kink and BDSM or a seasoned veteran, aftercare is a thing that can really make or break any scene and situation. So let's break it down. Let's talk about what it is, why it's important, and why it's important to note aftercare is not one size fits all. First, let's talk about what exactly is aftercare. Well, to shrink it down to something that's easy to digest, aftercare refers to the care, attention, actions given to participants at the end of a kink or BDSM scene. Kink BDSM scenes, they can create this high intensity in you. Aftercare is your means of coming back down to reality. Aftercare can involve things like physical touching, words of reassurance, talking, having some water, being wrapped up in a blanket, and eating some snacks. And that's my favorite one. I like snacks. I'm a big boy. And sometimes it can just be sitting quietly together. But, and here's the key, aftercare is not the same for everyone. Here's the thing, I've been people who thrive on close physical contact at the end of a scene. They need hugs, reassurance, kind words to feel grounded again. Others, however, might need the complete opposite. I've known people, and sometimes me myself, need to remove themselves from the situation and come down in complete solitude. And that's okay. You might hear some people say, no, aftercare is a deal breaker. While yes, someone who doesn't actively seek to provide or generally have their own aftercare, a bit of a red flag. It's not always the case. For some people, not giving aftercare can be an aftercare, if that makes sense. Sometimes people need to remove themselves from the situation, focus on themselves, and evaluate themselves in order to become grounded again. And that's okay. But that brings us to an absolutely critical point, and that is communication when it comes to aftercare. Before any scene, even during the early parts of the vetting process, vetting, a video that is coming soon, basically means going and asking the questions and gathering the information before partaking in a scene with a partner. During this process of communicating about your aftercare, the things you want to cover are as follows. What each person needs after a scene, what each person is capable of providing, and if there's areas where needs and things may not be compatible. For example, let's say a partner needs a lot of physical, close contact after a scene. However, the other partner finds that they need their solitude or no aftercare in order to recharge. If this mismatch of needs isn't communicated ahead of time, it can lead to feelings of neglect or misunderstandings. And the last thing you want after you do the dirty with someone, especially in these contexts, is to feel neglected. Which is why you need to have these conversations ahead of time, before anything happens. Now, let's say you are someone who needs their separation, their solitude as a means of aftercare. It's important to be upfront about that. I have known not nice people who have intentionally misled about their abilities to provide aftercare to get what they want. Don't be that person. It's also equally important to acknowledge that your partner might have different needs than you. This may not necessarily make you incompatible. It just means you need something to kind of recoup for those differences. An example of ways to work within this boundary that works for both people that I've heard from others. If you can't provide physical closeness at the end of a scene, you might arrange for your partner to have a trusted friend, another third party, someone they're close with that can provide for them. Or even if it helps, finding a compromise somewhere in the middle. Ways for you to spend a few moments together while then also going away and having your alone time. Now, what happens if your aftercare needs just don't align at all? They're just button heads. That's okay. I don't mean it's okay, do the thing anyway. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's not the worst thing in the world if you're incompatible with somebody. Compatibility isn't just about the chemistry during the scene. It's how you care for the other person after the fact. If you figure out that both of your aftercare styles just don't align at the end of the day and you can't find a way to bridge that gap, that's fine. It's good that you noted it early on, but it's better to have those discussions and feel like, ah, shucks, I really wanted to do the nasty with this person and not be able to, than to try to force something that leaves everyone feeling bad and unfulfilled. Remember, the goal of aftercare is to make everyone feel safe, grounded, and whole again. If that's something that isn't happening, it might be time to reevaluate the situation. At the end of the day, aftercare is about respect, trust, and communication, like most things in BDSM and kink. It's about noting that all needs are valid, yours, your partner's, anyone that's involved. Maybe there's more than two of you. Good for you. And it's about building a framework that allows all those needs to be met, even if it requires some creative problem solving. So before your next scene, make sure you're having those conversations. Talk about what you need, what you can provide, and how you can support each other. And if your styles don't align, that's okay too. There is 100% of power in knowing your boundaries and choosing to engage in these things in ways that make everyone's needs feel met. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Just do all of the things. It's helpful to me. You can follow me on social media down in the description below. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, all those things. I'm everywhere. I am a little bit of a slut. And as always, remember, kink responsibly. Bye.